Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Will Brazington, a proud member of the class of 2000 and the Chief Executive Officer of the Clemson Alumni Association. And it's my honor to welcome each of you to the Clemson Ring Ceremony, another tradition unlike any other. Our purpose here today is twofold. Number one, to celebrate the rich history of our Clemson Ring. And number two, to celebrate each of you who today on this important milestone in your Clemson journey join more than 182,000 living alumni around the world who have earned the right to wear the Clemson Ring. The Clemson rings that you will receive today have been on display at the entrance of the Scroll of Honor under the guard of the Clemson University Pershing Rifles. The rings were available there to give you the opportunity to find yours and to reflect privately on the awesome responsibility that comes with wearing the Clemson ring. For as you will hear throughout today's ceremony, the Clemson ring is not only a symbol of personal accomplishment, it is also a call for personal action in service to others and to our alma mater. At this time, would you please rise with me as members of the Pershing Rifles bring forward the rings for this ceremony. They will be led by the Clemson Corps, an alumni constituency group whose members participated in ROTC as students. The Clemson Corps is dedicated to continuing Clemson's military tradition while developing opportunities to commemorate the proud military heritage of our great university.
Be seated. My name is Chase Carter, and along with being a fall 2023 Clemson Ring recipient, I'm a current student and U.S. Marine Corps veteran. I'm also the president of the Clemson Student Veterans Association. We are grateful and honored to have the Clemson Cadets and the Clemson Corps serve as the bearers of the Clemson Ring for presentation today. As part of today's program, you will learn about the history and traditions of the Clemson Ring, beginning with the first graduating class in 1896 when Clemson was a military college. Cadets were the first students to wear the Clemson Ring, and they became the first Clemson alumni to demonstrate to the world the qualities and ideals that the Clemson Ring represents. The cadets here today remind us of the unbroken connection that now spans 128 years between our university's distinguished military heritage and our beautiful Clemson Ring. Today's program also will focus on a profound question that is so fundamental to the character of Clemson students and alumni that is literally carved in stone on our campus. It is in Memorial Park near the Scroll of Honor where the rings were displayed. The question is, how will you serve? And while the answer is personal and different for each one of us, it is especially significant for all who wear the Clemson Ring. We will challenge you today to begin your own reflection on what this very important question means to you as you prepare to leave Clemson and begin to make your unique impact on the world. Congratulations as you embark on the next phase of your Clemson experience with your Clemson Ring.
My thoughts often wander through these upper South Carolina hills that shelter the university that forms a common bond for many thousands of people who have studied here, or taught here, or worked here. There's something in these hills that has touched every one of them, something that has rubbed off on them in varying degrees, something that is built within the breasts of all Clemson men and women, an enduring spark akin to an eternal pride. There's something in these hills. It was here when a handful of fledgling faculty members greeted a relatively small band of 446 students more than 100 years ago. That was shortly after convict labor had completed an administration building and clock tower that still dominate these Blue Ridge foothills with a timelessness and serenity that impart inspiration and strength anew each time they are looked upon. There's something in these hills that has endeared itself to an endless procession of administrators, teachers, students, secretaries, and workmen. Hundreds of names pass through my consciousness, names of people who gave selflessly of themselves to build the institution nestled here, and who at one and the same time mined the priceless something the hills contain, and returned to them still more of it. There's something in these hills, and from them we have drawn the power to transcend the stresses and strains that tug away to make things come unglued in these disquieting times. The power to cut through such modern concepts and such modern facts as generation gaps, communication gaps, and ideological gaps. There's something in these hills that has bound together a man of over 90 and a woman under 20. Something that has given them a common ground on which to stand and a start toward bridging and eliminating and gap or any stress or any strain that might try to make unglued whatever they seek for themselves as they move out of these hills into the mountains, the plains, the oceans, the forests, the skies, and the storms of life. There is something in these hills that you and I can't define and others can't understand. A wave of warmth always surges through me when outsiders say, I don't know what it is about you Clemson people, but your undying love for Clemson is admired by everyone I know. There's something in these hills, and I suspect that's what it is. The ability of an institution through the unending dedication and greatness of its people, its administration, its faculty, its staff, its students, and alumni to impart to all it touches a respect, an admiration, an affection that stands firm in disquieting times, when things around it give impressions of coming unglued. There is something in these hills that brings together and binds together and holds together
men and women of all persuasions,
of all heights, sizes, weights, and cultural backgrounds.
Something that cuts across every difference, spans every gap, penetrates every wall.
Something that makes a man or a woman stand taller, feel better, and say with a high pride to all within earshot,
I went to Clemson.
Good afternoon. My name is Duggar Niemer, and I'm the president of the Clemson Student Alumni Association and Student Alumni Council. It's an honor to be with each of you today as we participate in one of Clemson's greatest traditions. Placing the Clemson ring on your finger today not only signifies that you're close to graduation, but it is a forever reminder of your time, your life, and your experiences while you were on Clemson's campus. It will forever connect you to the many alumni you will meet throughout your life after you have crossed a future stage and received your Clemson diploma. It will forever connect you to Clemson and to each other. It will forever remind you of the importance of loyalty and service, and it will forever remind you of this day. Clemson would not be the great university that it is today without the tremendous leadership of the president of our alma mater. President Clements has had a major impact on our Clemson experience by his service to students, to faculty, and to alumni everywhere. He is nationally recognized in higher education, who is leading Clemson to unprecedented levels of achievement. It is my honor to invite him to speak to us today. Please welcome the 15th president of Clemson University, Dr. Jim Clements.
Well, thank you, Duggar, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, go Tigers. This is a celebration. Good afternoon, go Tigers. Thank you all for being here on this absolutely beautiful day for this ceremony. Will you please help me thank Duggar Niemer and Kate Swab for their service as President and Vice President of the Student Alumni Council. I appreciate their leadership and the important work that they do. And thank you to Chase Carter, Marine Corps veteran and president of our Student Veterans Association. Would you please help me thank him and all veterans who have served our country. Also want to thank the chairs for the ring ceremony, Parker Stanball and Mary Jones. I know they put in a lot of hard work for this event. Would you please help me thank them and the other students who worked so hard to make this special? Also want to thank Will Brazington, Chief Executive Officer for the Alumni Association, Jeff Duckworth, Chair of the Clemson Alumni Association Board of Directors, and Dr. Chris Miller, Vice President for Student Affairs. Would you please help me thank these three fine individuals for their leadership? I'm honored to be with you on this very special day for your ring ceremony. And I can tell you, this is absolutely one of my favorite traditions. And today, as you receive your ring, you will be making history as part of the largest ring ceremonies that we've ever had during a spring semester. The ring ceremony is an amazing Clemson tradition, and it's always a special day. But it's also special for me as well. In 2021, my wife and I were named honorary alumni, and we were presented with our very own Clemson rings at a surprise announcement. Beth and I were both humbled and honored to be named honorary alums, and we wear our rings with great pride as members of the alumni family. In fact, Clemson's First Lady is here today. Would you please help me thank her for all she does for the university? You know, rings are important things. They have a tangible value, as you will see in the video later in the ceremony, from my dear late friend, General Ben Scardin, who passed away in 2021 at the age of 104. He was one of the greatest individuals in the history of this university. General Scardin was a prisoner of war, and his Clemson ring literally saved his life. Rings also have great symbolic value. They're a symbol of love and commitment because they have no beginning or end. The ring that I wear every day symbolizes the commitment that my wife and I made on our wedding day 33 years ago. My wedding ring celebrates the birth of a new family, my family. In a similar way, your Clemson ring symbolizes an important rite of passage for you. It symbolizes your commitment to and your love for Clemson that will last forever. Today is an important milestone on your journey here at this great university. For many of you, the journey started with freshman convocation when I had a chance to welcome you to Clemson right here in Little John Coliseum. And it will end when we meet again at graduation and you receive your diploma. But what does this day, Ring Day, actually signify? First, it means that you have successfully completed at least 90 credit hours of academic work towards earning your degree. So please pat yourselves on the back. That's quite an accomplishment. According to a recent study by the Wall Street Journal, Clemson is ranked as one of the top 25 best public universities in the country. So congratulations. I know you have worked hard. They deserve a round of applause for that. About 3/4 of your college career is now behind you, and the end is in sight. Second, it means that you have chosen a major field of study and a career path that you will follow. Your future beyond Clemson as an independent, self-sufficient adult is taking shape. Parents, I know that you are happy about that, and we thank you for your support. Finally, many of you will leave this ring ceremony absolutely determined to make the best possible use of every single minute you have left at Clemson. I felt that way during my senior year in college, and I know you will too. Savor this time. Use it wisely and make it meaningful. You will never have a better chance to learn so much from so many diverse people as you will on this campus. Wear your ring with great pride and with the understanding that upon graduation, you will join a family of more than 182,000 living alumni around the world. This is an opportunity but it's also a responsibility. You will be an ambassador for Clemson wherever you travel. You will represent our 6 university values: integrity, respect, diversity, patriotism, excellence, and self-reliance. Your ring will be a conversation starter, and it will open doors for you. And soon, you will be able to add your story to the ring stories that you will hear today. It's truly an honor for me to present you with your Clemson ring this afternoon. Congratulations again. Thank you for inviting me to be part of your journey here at Clemson. May God bless you all, and go Tigers!
President Clements, thank you for those warm remarks. More importantly, thank you for the outstanding leadership that you continue to provide for our university. Greetings once again. Ladies and gentlemen, our team at the Clemson Alumni Association, along with the Student Alumni Council, have been working diligently to make this a very special day and a memorable experience for all of you who are here with us this afternoon. Students, you undoubtedly have already created many wonderful memories at Clemson that you will hold dear for the rest of your life. And today, we celebrate a remarkable milestone in your Clemson journey that is unlike any other that you have experienced thus far. To the parents and the guests of those being honored today, we thank you for taking the time to travel here to experience this special moment with your student. The Clemson Alumni Association is proud to host the ring ceremony. It's been almost 20 years that we've had that honor as part of our ongoing mission to celebrate and enhance the lifelong connections that define the Clemson experience and to serve and enable all who love Clemson to remain actively involved in the advancement of the university. We're committed to helping alumni remain ever loyal to Clemson and to elevating and celebrating the many contributions that Clemson alumni make in service to others. The association brings together alumni of all ages, all races, and all locations to keep their flame for Clemson alive and glowing. Best of all, your Alumni Association unites all who proudly wear the Clemson ring in celebrating our special kinship. Our mission is simply to keep everyone in the Clemson family engaged in, informed about, and excited and inspired by all that is happening with Clemson and its alumni. And you see, nothing symbolizes the connection we share more beautifully or more powerfully than the Clemson ring. Over time, the ring has changed just a little, but its tradition has always remained the same, as you'll learn more about shortly in this upcoming video. Now, too, you are part of that tradition, and more importantly, its future.
The ring tells a story of the journey you took to get here, the dreams, the sacrifices, the grit. Your ring tells a story of opportunity, of newly opened doors. Your key. A game changer, a career starter, a conduit to success. Your ring tells a story of legacy, the history of those who came before you, those who dared to be extraordinary in their pursuit of excellence. Your ring tells a story of selfless service, of wars fought and battles won, the thousands of bold men and women who risked it all and didn't hesitate to do so. Your ring tells a story of the dreamers and doers, the ones who dare to change the status quo, the students who become professionals, the interns who become experts, the leaders who become heroes. Your ring tells a story of kinship, of an unspoken bond. This is what family feels like. Our alma mater runs deep. This unwavering connectedness survives in a world that can easily divide us. Who shall separate us now? No one. Your ring tells a story of the person wearing it now and the person wearing it 100 years ago. A lifelong network of family. Your ring tells a story of humble beginnings. The first ring formed and cut in 1896. The evolution of this small but mighty silver and gold Taurus. The updates, the upgrades, the tributes, the honor, the eagle of peace, the palmetto, the star, the hope. Dum spiro spero spes. As long as you have breath, you can fight on. Your ring tells a story of Clemson pride, of homegrown glory, unstoppable Tigers, of championships won and victories to come. Your ring tells your story, your journey to get here, your blueprint for success. Your ring is your family, your link to the past, present, and future of Clemson. Your friends, your classmates, your people. It's so much more than a ring. It's your story, a part of who you are. It is your part of our story. Wear it with pride. Tiger pride.
Good afternoon. My name is Kate Schwab, and I am Vice President of the Student Alumni Association and Student Alumni Council. It is my pleasure to join you on such a special occasion. As students, we have bonded together as a family in solidarity and love. Today, we will strengthen that bond by joining together and wearing the Clemson ring. Along with graduation, this will be one of the most important moments of your college career. I hope you will cherish it as much as I will when I receive my ring. In addition to the video we just saw, I want to point out something else that is especially neat about today's presentation. When you walk across this stage in a few moments, inside the white box you will receive, you will find a wooden box that contains your ring. Pay particularly close attention to that wooden box. The box that holds your ring was once made from the wood of the trees that once thrived on Clemson's campus. These trees, many of which fell due to old, aging root systems, spent years as the canopy of our campus that we all walked under at one time or another. May this box, as well as your ring, forever bring you fond memories of the special times you experienced at Clemson. For it is truly an uncommon experience to be a Clemson student, and it is truly an uncommon honor to wear the Clemson ring. For one Clemson alumnus, this ring literally saved his life. The late General Ben Scarden was a member of Clemson's class of 1938. Following a distinguished military career, he returned to Clemson as a professor of English. During that second career, Clemson students selected him as the alumni master teacher in 1977. In 2002, he received the Alumni Association's highest award for distinguished service. And in 2020, he received the university's highest public honor, the Clemson Medallion. And shortly before his passing, he received an honorary promotion to the rank of Brigadier General. Today, we are honored to have the opportunity to hear his amazing story and how his Clemson ring truly saved his life.
For years, the Tigers who came before you have heard the story of Colonel Ben Scarden, a Clemson graduate who bravely fought in World War II. He became a prisoner of war, forced to participate in the Bataan Death March after the 3-month Battle of Bataan in April 1942. More than 60,000 American and Filipino troops were made to march through the country while suffering extraordinary physical abuse. And it's estimated that 1/3 of the prisoners died. If not for his Clemson ring, Colonel Scarden would have been one of them. This is his story.
The Bataan Death March occurred at the surrender of the American Filipino forces in April of 1942 on the Bataan Peninsula. And so we soon realized as we made the march that the guards were looking for rings, watches, I took my ring off and I rolled it up in my sleeve, I believe. From then on, I became very, very protective of the ring. Never to pull it out and look at it or anything else, but I knew where it was. I was in very, very bad health in prison camp, and there was no medicine, no way of improving your health. And then when it got to where I was going to have to be put over in what they call the hospital area in the 0 ward, because that's where they took people that couldn't do anything for us, and no one ever returned from there. Henry and Otis took care of me. Otis was able to let it be known that he knew of a gold ring was for trade for food, and they mixed up chicken and rice, and they spoon-fed me because I had this, couldn't see very well for one thing, but I responded to that so well, my appetite was restored, and I was whole again, so to speak. Well, I've often thought about my little gold ring, which I'd hidden for so long, and I had no qualms about turning it over to Otis for this exchange because there was nothing else that could be done. But I've always thought about that ring, and when I was married in 1947, my wife, as an engagement present, had my brother, who was a Clemson graduate, replace the ring. And I've had it ever since, naturally, and I take a great pride and glory in having a ring that fits and one that I'm very, very proud of.
As you receive your ring today, you will go forward to create your own unique story. You too will face your own challenges and triumphs. And while we can't imagine what some of the Tigers before us have endured, know this: these rings will continue to bind us together and make us all stronger, year after year.
Such a powerful story about how the Clemson ring literally saved the life of a great American and a true Clemson treasure. How will you serve? The centerpiece of Memorial Park, the cornerstone of a successful life. The video we just saw referenced General Ben Scardin, who was asked to speak on the topic of service during the May 2012 dedication of Memorial Park. Scardin's remarks included a guide, perhaps even a challenge, for how each of us should view our relationship with Clemson. He noted that Memorial Park is dedicated to Clemson alumni in all professions, industries, and roles in society who have served to improve the quality of life and to protect our freedoms. And then he added this observation. He said, Clemson University is an extension of the vision of its planners and administrators and the talents and gifts of its graduates and friends. Now, as an English professor, General Scardin chose his words very carefully. Note that he did not say that we are an extension of Clemson. Rather, he said that Clemson is an extension of us. Clemson does not define who we are as individuals, nor the impact that we will have on the world. Rather, we define Clemson's impact by how we, as Clemson alumni, use our talents and gifts to help others and to make the world a better place. Students, we hope that each time you look at the Clemson ring on your finger from this day forward, you will recall General Scardin's message. And we hope that your Clemson ring will become a constant reminder and source of motivation to use your Clemson education, your Clemson experience, your Clemson spirit to be of service to others wherever you may go in life. Now, it is time to celebrate and recognize each of you as you join those who have earned the right to wear the Clemson ring. And again, on behalf of your Alumni Association and the entire Clemson family, we applaud you for this impressive accomplishment. Guests, we ask that you please hold your celebrations until the end of the ceremony so that every student's name can be heard when called. And now, without further ado, let us begin the presentation of rings.
Mary Evelyn Gaddis. Isabella Galgano. Liam Gallagher. Shane Gallagher. Ava Gallo. Anna Galloway. Travis Gallo. Megan Gammon. Joseph Gamzo. Ruthu Gandal Shankare Gowda. Isabella Garcia. Jacob Gardner. Carrie Garman. Sela Garnkars. Riley Garrettson. Sydney Garrett. Chris Garrick. Daniel Garrick. Cameron Garris. Lene Garrison. Turner Garrison. Hallie Gardner. Bowen Galt. Kalaya Goss. Alexander Gothier. Kara Gintazio. Shannon G. Tate G. Madison Generelli. Mia Generelli. Emma Gentile. Carter George. Cannon Gerald. Hannah Gerlach. Jenna Gerslauer. Taylor Girth. Joseph Geeter. Isabella Giacchetto. Jason Gibbs. Tierney Gibbs. Jackson Gibson. Sarah Gibson. Alex Gito. Kylie Gigliotti. Jasmine Giles. Abby Gilfin. Emma Grace Gillespie. Tristan Gilliam. Brooklyn Gillian. Nathan Gilner. Aliana Gendelsberg. Tanner Ginn. Sydney Glessner. Elizabeth Melch. Sabrina Goddard. Jack Goring, Jada Goff, Kelsey Golden, Alan Gomez, Skylar Gonsi, Brielle Gonzalez, Anna Goodale, Brabham Gooding, Liza Goodrow, Jackson Gore, Sarah Gorovitz, Madison Gorell, Stella Marie Goshdick, Keely Gosno, Alex Grabenbauer, Emma Grady, Addison Graham, Harmon Graham, John Graham, Ella Grant, China Marie Grant, Ethan Grantham, Jack Greats, Lena Graven, Taylor Gravely, Mary Catherine Gray, Garrett Graves, Lindsay Green, Christian Greenway, Haley Greer, Kylie Greer, Lexi Greer, Allie Gregory, Carter Gregory, Morgan Gregory, Josh Gray, Caitlin Griffin, Matthew Griffin, Hannah Griffith, Emma Grimes, Kelsey Gripakoven, Holland Groom, Cassidy Gruber, Kristen Gurnessy, Cameron Guest, Chandler Guest, Matthew Guido, Abigail Gunnels, Alexis Gunter, Selena Guo, Jordan Guy, Logan Geyer, Hannah Guyton, Aaron Guire, Tucker Hattigan, Samantha Haft, Margaret Hager, Caroline Haig, Isabel Hagler, Charlie Hall, Claire Hall, Sarah Hall, Savannah Hall, Emma Haleen, Kishana Ham, Madeline Hamill, Faye Hammond, Genevieve Hammonds, Elle Hankel, Allie Hannon, Grace Hanratty, Eric Hanscom, Caroline Hansen, Michaela Harding, Seth Harding, Elizabeth Hare, Lincoln Hargrove, Grant Harley, Rebecca Harley, Taylor Harmon, Bailey Harper, Hollis Harper, Annabelle Harris, Emma Harris, Jack Harris, Kenzie Harris, Lacey Harris, Ashton Harrison, Tori Harrison, Lily Harshaw, Grace Harshberger, Danielle Hart, Leah Hart, Joshua Hartke, Allie Hartman, Gracie Hartso, Josh Hartzog, Whitney Hatch, Rance Hatchell, Brianna Hatfield, Ryan Hahn, Kaylin Hawes, Taylor Hawes, Emma Haynes, Jay Hayes, Nathan Hazelwood, Mackenzie Hazen, Sydney Healy, Philip Hedden, Emily Hefty, Samuel Hellenbrook, Ryan Helms, Wes Henderson, Will Henderson, Avery Hendrick, Jacob Hendricks, Jarrell Hendricks, Harmony Hendricks, Michaela Hendry, Ashley Henkel, Carter Hennessy, Lucia Henriquez, Nicole Henches, Nicole Hermick, Ethan Herman, Louise Herman, Chandler Heron, Jana Hester, Stanton Hester, Bridget Hewitt, Liam Hickey, Janie Hicks, Abigail Higby, Sarah High, Charles Highfield, Abby Hightower, Hannah Hillcoff, Ansley Hill, Raymond Hill, Sarah Hill, Nick Hilliard, Joanna Hines, Veronica Hip, Kaylee Hofferber, Hagen Hoffman, Nicholas Hoffman, Allison Hogue, Olivia Holloman, Connor Holloway, William Holmquist, Talia Holt, Whit Hook, Alex Hooper, Lainey Hopkins, Dan Hoppy, Abby Horn, Ken Horn, Olivia Horn, Tori Horn, Jennifer Horner, Brees Hortis, Lily Hortis,
Jack Horton, Christiana Hoshko, Isabella Hausneck, Anna Howe, Elena Howe, Seth Howell, Carly Hubick, Kayla Hubick, Lillian Hudak, Riley Huffman, Jake Huggins, Matthew Hughes, Matthew J. Hughes, Hayden Hughes, Gabriel Hull, Luke Holsey, Nathan Holsey, Audrey Hunt, Madeline Hurley, Dylan Hurt, Alondra Hurtado, Tinsley Hutto, Noah Hyder, Kristen Heisner, Kiara Iannacone, Michael Iannelli, Robert Engel, Haley Ipa, Topher Irish, Aaron Irons, Emma Eisenhower, Kat Iveson, Colby Jackson, Sydney Jackson, Rachel Jacobs, Julia Jaquez, Connor James, Owen Jasquich, Hannah Gilletic, Abby Jones, Garrett Jenkins, Savon Jenkins. Victoria Jenkins. Haley Jennings. Macy Jersek. Carter Johnson. Emma Johnson. James Johnson. Faith Johnson. Grace Johnson. Griffin Johnson. Hagen Johnson. Jacob Johnson. McKenna Johnson. Sarah Johnson. Svea Johnson. Tyler Johnson. Riley Johnson. Anna Catherine Jolly. Elizabeth Jolly. Brian Jones. Chloe Jones. Cyrus Jones. Evan Jones. Catherine Jones. Liza Jones. Madison Jones. Mackenzie Jones. Isabella Jourdain. Robert Joy. Janae Jubilee. Caroline Judelson. Haley Juliet. Kelly Calbline. Dean Kakaras. Julia Kakaras. Bella Kamoltz. Grace Kammerer. Divya Kanpal. Claire Kane. Andrew Canny. Alyssa Kapanos. Allison Kaplan. Emily Carpers. Bella Karstein. Alyssa Katz. Avery Kearney. Moira Kelleher. Caitlin Kelly. Claire Kelly. Catherine Kelly. Callie Kendallin. Eliza Grace Kennedy. Taylor Keogh. Hannah Kern. JP Kearney. Megan Carrick. Mary Kerrigan. Madison Carey. India Kessinger. Angel Cavadia. Kennedy Key. Liam Kaligi. Maya Khosravi. Nick Kidder. Jessica Killian. Connor Kimbrell. Julian Kimsey. Jamie King. Logan King. Manning King. Vance Kirar. Nicholas Kirby. William Kirian. Christina Kirkland. Helen Kaiser. Avery Kleptak. Colton Klein. Emily Klunk. Herb Nealon. Kathleen Knight. Lauren Nipchild. Kira Cook. Griffin Kellner. Alex Kester. Haley Kolak. Sarah Kolarek. Anastasia Kopan. Anna Kupf. Herb Kupf. Reese Korinko. Alyssa Kornesevich. Sydney Kornberg. Ellie Kosanovich. Charles Kowalski. Nora Kramer. Abigail Kraus. Johanna Krause. Caitlin Kraus. Nicole Krause. Maximilian Kress. Rima Krishnaya. Jay Kiemeyer. Catherine Coons. Abhishek Kyriakos. Thomas Kurtz. Kaylee LaFrance. Lindsay Lang. Bailey Lamascus. Jordan Lamb. Grace Lambert. Maggie Lambert. Andrew Lambert. Patrick Lambright. Kendall Lammers. Emily Lamparter. William Lancaster. Grayson Landry. Reagan Langton. Trevor Larimore. Tyler Lasecki. Jaylee Lasher. Lindsay Laster. Charles Latif. Olivia Loreen. Sydney Lavin. Allison Lawson. Will Lawson. Drew Lay. Taylor Lemole. Sierra Leahy. Isabel Leal. Caroline LaCroix. Chapman Lee. Hayden Lee. Mary Claire Lee. Ryan Lee. Virginia Lee. Yushan Lee. Macy Lendering. Emma Lenfest. Will Leonard. William Leonard. Mary Leong. Emma Lerner. Sydney Lasando. Christy Lester. Brady Levick. Aubrey Lewis. Hannah Lewis. Hayden Lewis. Rhett Lewis. Jorge Lazama. Please hold your applause until the end. Amber McCombs. Reagan Lillibridge. Jacob Lynn. Landon Lindsay. Autumn Liner. McKenna Linky. Cole Little. Ella Little. Kendall Little. Morgan Luttrell. Wei Liu. Alicia Livermore. Sophia Livigny. Leah Lockman. Hadley Lowcraft. Emma Lofton. Madison Lombardo. Kaylin Lomoriello. James Long. Logan Long. Michael Long. Jack Longfellow.
Daniela Lopez. Rachel Lopez. Cody Lawrence. Allison LaRusso. Lexi Loescher. Liz Loudermilk. Juliette Lozelle. Emma Love. Vivian Lovitro. Thomas Lowry. Ryan Lipke. Colin Luongo. Catherine Lusk. Ashley Lynch. Cooper Lynch. Jake Lynch. Catherine Lyons. Madison McCabe. Josh McCudden. Rebecca McGregor. Lana Machone. Mary Maturowski. Alacia Mack. Ellie Mackin. Lauren McKenzie. Zachary Medino. Alex Madsen. Julia Magd. Noelle Mahan. Olivia Mann. Catherine Mahoney. Ashley Majeski. Prinavi Malapeti. Jake Mallon. Noah Malone. Sarah Grace Malfras. Rachel Mambu. Hannah Mamano. Noah Mamano. Alexa Manchak. Ava Massini. McGregor Mann. Riley Manning. Morgan Mannion. Leah Marcus. Brooklyn Marling. Ariana Marme. Kensley Maroney. Anna Marshall. Catherine Marshall. Autrey Martin. Barrett Martin. Douglas Martin. Lucy Martin. Robert Martin. Wilkes Martin. Litzy Martinez. Vanessa Martinez. Leslie Martinez Garcia. Peyton Mast. Patrick Mastro. Gavin Mathis. Anna Taylor Mathias. Caroline Mathis. JC Matthews. Jane Mattingly. JC Mattis. Wyatt Moss. Montana Mawini. Alyssa Maxwell. Ethan May. Hannah May. Kaylee Mayo. Phoebe Mayo. Corey Mazer. Caitlin Mazurowski. Bailey Mazik. Cortland McAdams. Graham McAllister. Nakia McCardle. Ella McCarthy. Isabel McCleary. Emily McCullum. Madeline McConaughey. John McConnell. Gabrielle McCossie. Juliette McCoy. Macy McCoy. Mia McCoy, Ward McCurry, Evan McCutcheon, Claire McDonald, Caitlin McDonald, Matthew McDonnell, Aaron McElduff, Kelsey McFadden, Ella McGarity, Margaret McGarity, Grace McGarry, Jaden McGee, Hannah McGrath, Seamus McGrath, Danny McGure, Madison McHale, Caroline McJunkin, Olivia McKenna, Lainey McKinney, Robert McKinney, Will McKinney, Delaney McLaughlin. As a final reminder, please hold all applause until the end of the ceremony. Russell McLean, Laura McLeod, Mary Stevens McMillan, Nick McMillan, Sadie McMillan, Samantha McNabb, Emma McNamara, Alex McRoberts, Peyton McRoberts, Gavin McSwain, Madeline Medica, Riley Medlin, Milo Medvin, Owen Meeker, Lauren Mellinger, Aaron Meneke, Harrison Messinger, Carson Mendenhall, Sarah Mendoza, Paige Menegas, Margaret Menninger, Alexander Menzel, Hannah Merchant, Daniel Merida, Jonathan Messenberg, Eric Mihailovs, Annalise Mikas, Zach Middlebrooks, Samantha Michkowski, Reagan Mahalik, Andrea Miles, Brianna Miles, Whit Miles, Chloe Milkowski, Acacia Miller, Aaron Miller, Lucas Miller, Nyla Miller, Nova Miller, Preston Miller, Stanton Miller, Vika Millman, Sarah Mims, Ava Minton. Adriana Miserendino. Bryson Mitchell. Emma Mitchell. Kyla Mitchell. Mackenzie Mitchell. Nella Mitchell. Sarah Mitchell. Ellen Mitchum. Elle Matrano. Guy Mobley. Maya Molina. Lily Molnar. Alita Mont. Chase Moody. Logan Moody. Abigail Moore. Annabelle Moore. Hampton Moore. Jackson Moore. Jacob Moore. Madison Moore. Martha Moore. Robert Moore. Ryan Moore. Bianca Morales. Victoria Morand. Brittany Morant. Joao Morera. Destiny Moreno. Maria Mori. Will Moriarty. Brianna Morello. Delaney Morley. Jesse Morphus. Hannah Morris. Jake Morris. Lily Morris. Silera Morrison. Kate Morrissey. Savannah Mosley. Charles Moser. Eddie Moss. Brittany Moats. Brianna Motko. Kate Mosley. Sophia Muccini. Caroline Meckler. Clayton Mullis. Madison Monell. Katie Munnerlin. Ruby Munson. Tillman Munson. Matt Murdaugh. Marcus Murdoch. Ainsley Murphy. Ashley Murphy. Elizabeth Murphy. Ian Murphy. Kate Murphy. Kylie Murphy. Lauren Murphy. Mackenzie Murphy. Madeline Murphy. Riley Murphy. Ella Murray. Shia Murray. Wesley Murray. Virginia Morrell. Anna Musselwhite. Avery Muster. Wesley Musto. Carter Myers. Evelyn Myers. Haley Myhand. Connor Lowe. Emma McLean. Dion McCombs. Malcolm Guthrie. Cameron Gray. Macy Harris.
Good afternoon. I'm Jeff Duckworth, Chair of the Clemson Alumni Association Board of Directors. It's always such an honor to be here at the ring ceremony. Let's hear it for this amazing group of students one more time. Students, we hope you'll leave here today understanding that wearing the Clemson ring comes with great responsibility. After you graduate, we encourage you to be a voice in your local community. We also hope that you'll be a voice for Clemson and dedicate yourself to servant leadership here on campus and wherever life may take you. As you've seen today, the Clemson ring is a very special part of who we are. There are many traditions surrounding this simple ring. One of the most significant of those is how you wear it. From now until you graduate, you should wear the ring so the C in your class year is facing towards you. This keeps in front of you the goal of becoming a Clemson graduate. It also should serve as motivation to cherish and make the most out of every moment that you have left here as a Clemson student. Then comes the next part of that tradition. When you graduate, have another alum or a family member turn your ring around, place it back on your finger with the C in your class year facing outward. Having someone special to you do this for you is a reminder of those who have helped and supported you along the way in accomplishing your goal to graduate from Clemson. Now, once you've graduated, with your ring facing outward, everyone who sees it on your hand, from that moment forward, will know that you've graduated from one of the best universities in America. While the ring will serve as an introduction to others, your impact as an engaged and ever-loyal Clemson alumnus will be determined by the good that you do with your Clemson education. To reinforce that point, the Alumni Association has a special gift for you today. Students, as you leave and walk through the tunnel, each of you will receive a challenge coin, as I'm holding here. We hope that you'll treasure this and that you'll keep it somewhere where you can see it often. And when you look at it, we hope that you'll think about those who came before you, the impact that others have had on your Clemson experience, and how you can have an even greater impact on future Tigers. On one side of the coin is the 1889 ring crest, including the Alumni Association's motto, Ever Loyal. And on the other side is the Alumni Association's Tiger Rag, and that challenging question that you've heard several times today, which is, how will you serve? May your Clemson ring and your challenge coin constantly inspire you to answer that question in your own way by using your Clemson education and your Clemson experience to make a positive difference each day in the lives of others, in your local community, and in the larger world. And may they also inspire you to stay connected to Clemson throughout all the stages and milestones in your life. Be proud, be fierce, be ever loyal. Now may those shiny new rings always remind you that the Clemson Alumni Association is your lifelong connection to Clemson. As long as you stay in touch with the Alumni Association, we'll keep you in touch with Clemson. I hope that you'll always remember Clemson and what it has done for you so that you can help future Tigers have the same great Clemson experience that you have had. Best wishes from the Alumni Association as you approach graduation and move on to your next stage of your Clemson experience. Now please stand and join me as we sing the alma mater. Travel safely and go Tigers!